On this episode, let's talk about the cool draw, a very simple, very important exercise to draw more sexual energy up into your body, to increase that flow of sexual energy. And as we talked about on the last episode, to transmute more of that energy into all kinds of awesomeness in your life.
This is the Holistic Alpha Podcast, where you light up your life as a man on a foundation of sacred sexual power.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Stephen Mathis. Thanks for being here. Let's talk about the cool draw. This is a very simple exercise and one that, when you do it on a regular basis, brings massive benefits, primarily in terms of increasing that flow of sexual energy in your body. So it is called the cool draw. And what we are literally doing is drawing some of that energy from that sexual center and really drawing it from wherever it comes from, but through the sexual center, we're drawing it up into the rest of our being. It's very, very simple to do. I would recommend that you do this every day consistently. You can do it when you're walking. You can do it when you're driving. You can do it before a meditation or during a meditation. It's a great time to do that. You can do it at the beginning of an edging session before you start stimulating. You can do this really anytime. The more often you do it, the more effective it's going to be. There's three parts. And in essence, what we're doing is we're creating a pump, and we're physically, energetically, and intentionally pumping that energy from that sexual energy up into the rest of our being. So there's three parts. One is the muscular component. The other is the breath. And the third is our intention. So the muscular component first. What you're going to do is squeeze your root muscle. You're going to do a Kegel squeeze. So if that's brand new to you, imagine like you're going pee and you try to stop midstream. That squeezing action, that's a Kegel. That's what I call a root squeeze. You're going to do a strong root squeeze throughout your root muscle. One thing to keep in mind, and especially if you're new to kind of practicing root muscle exercises, is it's actually a number of different muscles, and we can kind of squeeze it more in the front. You can squeeze it kind of more in the back. You can squeeze it harder. There's all kinds of sort of variations. So for this, you want to do the most complete squeeze that you can. Squeeze that entire root muscle. Engage your abdominal muscles, so especially your lower abs, and up from there as much as you can. You're going to kind of engage and squeeze those in. So that's the muscular component. The second component is the breath. As you do that Kegel squeeze, as you engage your core muscles, you're going to inhale a big, slow, deep inhale, and then hold. So we're going to squeeze those muscles, inhale as we do, and then hold both the muscles and the breath. The third component is our intention. So where we put our awareness is where energy goes. It applies especially in our body. It really applies across every aspect of our life. We send energy wherever we're directing our awareness. It's such a powerful thing. And when we direct our awareness and our intention and our focus within our body, we're going to direct energy by doing that. So as you're doing that root squeeze, you're going to inhale, hold both of those. And with your intention in your inner world, you're going to bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Or before you do that, you can also sort of imagine that energy actually flowing up, where you kind of visualize almost like a flow or a shot of energy or a river of energy or a light, or however it kind of works in your own inner world, right? So you can visualize that. But then as you get into that hold, you're going to bring the awareness to the crown of your head and hold it there. So you're going to hold the Kegel squeeze, holding that inhale and holding your awareness at the crown of your head. And then when it's time to release, you want to basically hold that as long as you can. The longer you do it, again, the more beneficial it's going to be. When you need to release, you're going to release all of that in terms of the muscular component and the breath. And then with your awareness, you want to imagine that energy essentially going down the front of your body, like going down towards your belly where it can be stored. So it becomes this complete circle. It becomes the microcosmic orbit is kind of what if that's a term that you're familiar with, that's what we're doing, is we're pulling energy along that microcosmic orbit. So we're going to draw it up and then we're going to release it back down. So after you let go of that hold, very important on the muscular component is fully let go of everything, and not only let go, but actually do a little bit of a push, like a gentle kind of root push, a gentle kind of reverse Kegel root push, whatever you want to call it. But almost like if you were going to try to pee a little harder, like that little bit of the push side, very, very gently, you want to get into that, because it's very important to balance out the squeezing and the contraction action with relaxation. So that's it. That's the cool draw. Here's why it's the cool draw, because you do it at times when you're not aroused, when you're not erect, when you're not stimulating, right? You could get erect depending on how sort of charged up you are. You could get erect just by doing this, but you're going to do it at times when you're not stimulating. Thus, the cool draw as opposed to the warm draw or other techniques where we're drawing energy up, where we're in much more aroused state, where we're stimulating. This you can do in any aspect of your life. I literally did some on the hike up here. You can do it pretty much anytime, anywhere. You can basically do it even without other people knowing. You could be like sitting at work and you have people around you and desks, and you can do it and nobody's even going to know. That would be awesome, because then you're stacking bricks and building that skill. You're stacking bricks and opening up that channel of energy flow. The thing with a lot of these practices is they don't really take a lot of time. They just take intention, right? You don't have to dedicate time of your day to do this. You can include it in your day. It just takes the actual decision and willpower to do that. I would love to hear your thoughts, as always, on the cool draw. I know some of you guys are doing techniques like this or this technique already. I would love to hear your feedback, your practices. Leave a comment below. Keep stacking bricks in your life, in your sexuality. Man, they pay off. It so pays off. Keep stacking. Talk to you soon.